Hey guys, so today I'm going to tell you about the 3 key mistakes that I made as a beginner photographer. And to be honest, if I'd have known this advice when I first started doing photography, I think my path would be completely different. So yeah, hopefully you get something out of it. But also look at this awesome location. So the first key mistake that I see lots of beginners making is the need and the want to buy really expensive cameras. And to be honest, I fell into this trap full on myself at the beginning, thinking that an expensive camera automatically means you take really good photos. The key thing to do when you're a beginner is to buy a really cheap camera and just literally take it everywhere, bully it, like literally completely mold it and use it to its full potential and just completely annihilate it. You know, you can still take long exposures, you can still have a go at night photography. As a beginner, you can still take amazing photos in some really good entry-level DSLRs. By doing so, you're not going to waste loads of money on a big camera that's completely sort of outweighing your abilities. And in reality, it's developing your skills and developing your knowledge of photography that's going to give you that sort of edge and improve your photography massively. But if I was to really put it in perspective for you, if you were to buy a £300 camera over a £1,000 camera, let's say, you have like an extra £700 in your bank account, and you could go to some awesome photo locations for £700. You could go to Snowdon and Snowdonia and get some really awesome landscape shots there. You'd even go to like Barcelona, or if you really wanted to, you could go to New York. Like flights there are about 500 quid. Imagine the photos you've seen on Instagram from all these different amazing locations that you could have gone to if you didn't buy that expensive camera and just went with your entry-level DSLR. Because I think for me, that's the thing that puts it in perspective. If I wouldn't have bought that 5D Mark III and spent 1,300 quid on that 5D, I could have had an extra 800 quid to go and use on traveling and seeing awesome locations where you can take really awesome pictures and improve your photography like that. But yeah, hopefully that's useful. So the second key mistake that I see beginner photographers make is putting their camera on auto modes. And I know this is like a super self-explanatory one, but you know, you still see a load of people doing it. And basically, obviously all that is whacking your camera on that green button, that green auto modes, which just, you know, is limiting from the get-go, because basically what it does is auto expose for whatever is in the majority of the frame. So for example, if the frame is half shadow, or 3/4 shadow, should I say, the camera will auto expose for the shadows. And then if you have any highlights or any bright parts of the sort of image, they're going to be completely blown out. So for example, if you look at the 2 shots that I just took now, this first one is left on auto mode. And what that does is the camera is exposing for the shadows you see in the foreground. Whereas, you know, the field and the sky in the background are completely blown out. You can't see any detail there. And now if we switch to the one that I took myself and exposed myself, you can see that obviously you still have some detail in the shadows. The highlights are not blown out. But the key thing to do here is take it into Lightroom or take it into some sort of post-processing. You can get lots of free mobile apps now and bring up those shadows. Shoot raw and bring up those shadows so you're getting your full dynamic range of the camera. Because what happens when you shoot on auto is you're really limiting the dynamic capability of your camera, because you're just literally shooting for one element of the photo. So putting your camera on auto mode is a surefire way to get bang average photos. You know, the best thing to do is learn those manual settings, really take advantage of your camera and push it to its full capabilities, shoot raw, use a post-processing app, and then you're going to automatically take much better pictures than just using it on auto. So yeah. So the third and final mistake that photographers make is shooting at any time of the day. The best photos I've ever gotten is at the golden hours, which are an hour after sunrise or an hour before sunset. That's where you get this nice sort of golden light that you can see in this kind of shot. It's really soft, you know, it's much softer than the light that you get in the middle of the day, because the light sort of wraps around your face and you don't really get those harsh shadows like you do in the daytime. So your photos are going to look much better if you try and get them at those times of the day. You know, whether it's landscapes, whether it's portraits or anything, all of those kind of shots, they're going to look really good and really nice if you shoot them when the light's right. It's always good to shoot for the light, because if you're not shooting for the light and you're just shooting at any time of the day, you know, it's not going to look the best. So you want to be aiming for that golden hour, and yeah, that's going to really improve your videos. So those are the 3 key mistakes that I made as a beginner photographer. You know, if you found this video helpful and it gave you a bit more insight into you know, improving your photography as a beginner, then please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and yeah, tune in next Thursday for the next episode. Peace.